Kendrick might just take over the game depending on how he deals with this Andrew Schulz situation. What's going on, guys? You're watching the Dropout 704 podcast. You were here with your host, Samant Sinclair. So, as you guys know, I said this in my last video. Andrew Schulz was talking crazy about Kendrick. Crazy. Literally saying, I'm going to take your manhood. I could. That if I wanted to, I could do it. There ain't nothing you could do about it. With how Kendrick responded to Drake in this previous beef, I really don't see Kendrick just being silent, letting Buddy say that, and walking on scot free. Personally, if he does, that would be really interesting because of how everything just went with Drake. You know what I'm saying? So, if and I would even say I think that in this whole Drake Kendrick beef, Drake did not say nothing nearly as disrespectful as what Andrew Schulz said. And you know, Kendrick and Drake, they doing it in the music. So they saying things, but you know, you gotta also read between the lines a little bit, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever. But Andrew Schulz, he didn't even make it rhyme. He just said if I wanted to, I could do what I want with that man. Not to mention like the political climate of like where we are right now. I like that's kind of a wild thing to joke about in general. But depending on how Kendrick responds, I think he could really like take over. And the reason I say that is how he handled the beef with Drake. I think everyone was like, "Oh snap, yo Kendrick, that dude." You saw how he handled it, how he maneuvered himself, and I think that he got a lot of props, a lot of respect from what he did. So this is right after, you know what I'm saying? The stuff going on with Schultz, it happens right after the beef with Drake. So if he's able to respond or retaliate in a certain way, I think just because it's like back to back, you know what I'm saying? I think that'll really cement like people like, nah, you can't mess with Kendrick. Kendrick gonna be like the modern day, not minus the weird stuff, but like the Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Like he was the kind of dude in the industry that was like, yeah, you just don't want to cross this guy. You know what I'm saying? This guy don't play. This guy is really about it. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see how this play out. Personally, if Kendrick don't say nothing, I'm gonna be quite flabbergasted. And I really also feel like Kendrick can't just respond to the music just because. I mean, I get it. That's what he does. He's a musician. That's his art form. That's the way he gonna talk to you. You know what I'm saying? But with this sort of disrespect, just straight blatantly, I don't know. Like what? Like yeah, you could get on another song and say something, but there's really nothing he could say. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like bro just said, bro, I can have my way with you. Like what you gonna rap about? Like you could roast him in a song, blah blah blah. Like he already took it to it. Like, he took it past fighting words, bro. He literally took it past fighting words. I 100% think that. I think Kendrick could even he could have a strong case if he was ever like with Schultz and Schultz approached him and he really had to you know put that man in a compromising position. I'm talking about Kendrick having to put Schultz in a compromising position that could lead a regular person to, you know, get in trouble and serve some time in jail. You know what I'm saying? Commit some sort of crime towards Andrew. I think that he would have a good case to get away with it because he's like, bro, did you hear what man said about me when he walked up to me after saying the things that he publicly said for the world to hear? I thought he had the worst intentions possible. So it's a really interesting place. I feel like Kendrick should be like, yo, Schultz, I want to fight. I'd be happy however they do it. I'd be happy if he said, "Yo, let's box," and they ran a boxing match. I'm like, okay, I respect that. I'd be happy if he said, "Yo, bro, let's do MMA." Like you know what I'm saying? Like we doing the low gloves, we punching, we elbow, we kicking because you know that's real fight. To be fair, that's real fight. You know what I'm saying? But also, I think it'd be gangster if they say, "Yo, let's run this bare knuckle." What? Bare knuckle would be super sick, and I would love to see that, man. So you know, we're gonna see how it'll play out, but I say this, man. I do rock with Schultz. I rock with Flagrant, but I gotta sit here and say I think Buddy was in the wrong. I think he was in the wrong, and if Kendrick and him scrap, I'm rooting for Kenny. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just fair for me personally. I'm like, bro, like you made yourself the villain. He could have, bro. I said this in my last video. But Andrew Schultz could have easily just played it cool. Like, man, if he was talking about me, he would say my name. He could have said, bro, hey, hey, they know better than to say my name. I don't want no smoke, blah blah. You know what I'm saying? He could have played it real cool, could have played it real gangster, but he played it weird. He played it on that weird white boy joke stuff where he gonna say like, I'm a do something crazy to you, like, bro. It's weird because it's just like I'm not even saying he want to, but like, do you want to? Like, that's just a weird place to take it. You know what I'm saying? So when you take it there, hey, bro, you gotta sleep in the bed you made, and you made that bed, brother. So be prepared to sleep in it, dog. And hey, I'm not. I don't think that you should ever cross that line with another man. That's like the only other person who I've heard do crazy stuff like that, and like it actually like made some noise like this is obviously Mike Tyson, where he's like, "I'm a do you till you love me." You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whoa, what? Like I feel like that's kind of the type of chirping Andrew won, but like I think that Mike Tyson was really about that. I think Schultz is just making jokes, but we're gonna see where them jokes land them. Hopefully everybody's all right. Hopefully no one gets hurt, or hopefully someone does get hurt in like an organized fashion. I don't want, I'll come on the record and say this. I hope nothing comes from it where someone gets physically hurt outside of a sanctioned, agreed thing. But if something happens outside of that, I'm not gonna say I'd be surprised, but that is not what I would condone. I think that if Kendrick decides he wants to do something to Andrew, then he got to handle that one on one because that's what Andrew was talking about. And if Kendrick decides, bro, I want my fade in any capacity, if Schultz says no, he's done. I think that should be a career ender, and everybody got to know, yeah, bro's not about it, and it would be different if he was talking to a fighter, and a fighter was like, "I'm gonna fight," and he's like, "Oh no, you." He was like, "He's a rapper, he's a little guy, anybody could do this." So there's no way he could turn the fight down with Kendrick. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Peace out.